Good morning, all of you. So, in the last lecture, we discussed that what is the rearrangement reaction. That is the migration of an atom or group of atom within a molecule or from one molecule to the another molecule, in which changes or which gives you the rearranged product or it gives you the resulting to a new structure of a molecule, changes the skeleton. And so, the rearrangement reactions, we have seen the rearrangements to the electron deficient carbon. In the same way, the rearrangement, that is the second part, that is the rearrangement to electron deficient nitrogen. So it's nothing but it is similar to the electron deficient carbon, that is carbocation. Electron deficient electron deficient nitrogen species in which nitrogen bears nitrogen bears a positive charge, a positive bears a positive charge, as it may be R2n plus R2n plus, or the nitrogen has a open sextate of electrons, that is Rn, with the two lone pair of electrons, a nitrine. It's called as a nitrine. And so the electron deficient nitrogen, it may be positively charged, and or it may be a electron sextate may be present. And so in this, like the in case of electron deficient carbons, the migration of alkyl or aryl group with bonding electron pair takes place migration of alkyl or aryl group with the bonding electron pair takes place to the electron deficient nitrogen. So here in this, with a rearrangement. So here the rearrangement is taking place. Here the examples that we have studied, that is the Hofmann's rearrangement is there, that we have studied. Hofmann's rearrangement, Beckmann's rearrangement, then the Curtis rearrangement, Schmidt's rearrangement. So these are the different types of rearrangement that we have studied in the class. So here we will deal with the different two types of the rearrangements. Then the third type means the rearrangement takes place to the electron deficient nitrogen or the electron deficient carbon, and the rearrangement to the electron deficient oxygen. So here now the electron deficient oxygen means similar to electron deficient carbon and nitrogen. Here also it is expected similar rearrangement. It is expected that the rearrangement similar rearrangement to electron deficient oxygen. And so here, to induce rearrangement, oxygen is converted into oxycation. Here oxygen is converted to electron deficient oxycation. And so how this can be prepared? And here when the oxycation is obtained or formed, a alkyl or aryl, a alkyl or aryl group shifts and there forms a relatively unstable oxacation. Means here the oxacation is formed in this into a more stable carbocation. Means it is getting converted by shifting of a alkyl or aryl group. It is being shifted from a relatively unstable oxacation to a more stable carbocation. And so the conversion of the oxygen to a to the oxacation. So the simplest way to convert or to prepare oxacation is a peroxide So the different types of peroxides are used. Hydroxide removal from the peroxide is not possible, and so hydroxide removal from peroxide is not possible. Means here, suppose this is your peroxide, so the removal of this OH is not possible, and so initially it is converted into a better leaving group in the different molecules, so that we will see how it is converted and what is the type of reaction. So how the protonation of the difficulty leaving OH group is being converted. And so initially it's converted, means the hydroxide group of the peroxide is converted to a better leaving group, which we have seen as like substitution reaction of alcohol, which we have studied, the substitution reaction of alcohol by protonation. And so here the protonation is carried out. And so for this, how we can convert it to the oxacation? So the example here is a very simple reaction, that is the cumene hydroperoxide. The cumene hydroperoxide, CH3 OOH. So this is your cumene hydroperoxide. So this here the removal of this OH group is not possible, so it is protonated. And so when it is protonated, the H plus is used, that is the acid, and here we get the formation of the CH3 OH and H, and this positive, that is OH2O. So here this bond will break and will convert into a oxacation. So here this will undergo the bond breaking, and you will get the formation of the unstable oxacation, that is CH3O plus, that is the oxacation. So the conversion of the molecule, and so here this group will migrate now towards this oxacation, and the oxacation will be converted into a carbocation. And so here you will get CH3 plus, that is the carbocation, here O with this phenyl ring, and here you get the conversion. And so here the water molecule will be added, and this water molecule, or the OH, it will give the formation of CH3OH and here in this way the minus H plus means this will give the electron pair to this, and this will shift here, so the proton shift is taking place, and here you will get the formation of CH3C double bond O, that is a ketone, and a phenol is obtained as a product. So this is the preparation method of the phenol from cumene hydroperoxide. Here we have just studied this reaction to understand that how the formation of oxacation can be done, and so we will see the example of this reaction, and that example is nothing but your Beer-Willigers reaction, in which Beer-Willigers reaction or rearrangement, Beer-Willigers rearrangement, that we will study further. Now we are going to start with the different types of rearrangement, and that in which the rearrangement is going to take place across the electron deficient carbon or nitrogen or oxygen. And so these different reactions out of this, so first of all we will start with the first rearrangement reaction that we want to study is your Beckmann's rearrangement. Beckmann's rearrangement. So we have studied this reaction in SYBSC class also. So here this is the reaction in which the conversion of the ketoxymes, conversion of ketoxymes, ketoxymes to the N substituted amides is taking place in the influence of the variety of acidic reagents, in influence of varieties of acidic reagents. And so the different types of acidic reagents, the acid reagents will be of the type that is H2SO4 may be used, then the thionyl chloride can be used, then the sulfur trioxide can be used, phosphorus pentoxide can be used, phosphorus pentachloride can be used, benzene sulfonyl chloride can be, benzene sulfonyl chloride, that is SO2Cl, so etc. So these different types of reagent can be used. And so here the group Nt2OH always migrates, and so the conversion of ketoxymes to N substituted amines in influence of the varieties of acidic reagents is known as your Beckmann's rearrangement. Beckmann's rearrangement. So here we can just have a simple look on this, that the ketones, suppose that PHC, so this benzophenone on reaction with hydroxylamine, that is NH2OH, hydroxylamine gives you the ketoxyme, that is the PHC PH double bond N OH. So this is nothing but your ketoxyme, and this ketoxyme is converted to N substituted amides. That is, suppose PHC double bond O NH PH. So this is the N substituted amide. So PHCONH is your amide, and this is the N substituted, means on this nitrogen there is substitution of the pH groups, and this is carried out from the ketoxymes. So here these are treated with either any one of the acidic reagent, it is H plus, that is the acid, or you can use PCl5 and you will get N substituted amide, that is CONH, and here pH. So this is your N substituted amide. So this is a simple reaction, but how this is being carried out. So we want to study the mechanism of this reaction, and so the mechanism is also very simple. So the ketoxime, first of all, that is pH C pH double bond NOH. This is the first molecule, that is the ketoxime, and this ketoxime on reaction with the acidic medium, acidic reagent, will give you the formation of pH C pH double bond NOH, and here H. The acidic proton accepts the electron pair from the oxygen and forms a, means a bad leaving group is converted into a good leaving group, OH2. And so here this bond breaks and converts it into a electron deficient nitrogen, that is pH C pH double bond N plus. So here the electron deficient nitrogen which is obtained, here the group Nt2, so this group which is Nt2OH, means it is opposite to OH, so this migrates. So I must have written it in a one step only, but here to understand that how the electron deficient nitrogen is obtained in this reaction, that we want to see, that's why I have written this extra stage. And so here you get the final formation of the pH, or the rearrangement is taking place, C double bond. Now here the electron deficient, here the water is added simultaneously, and so here you get NPH. Here this has been converted to positive, means this goes, alkyl group goes, aryl group goes along with the electron pair, and so this carbon becomes electropositive, and this OH attacks here. So here you get water molecule attaches here, and you get this type of intermediate. So here this is the electron deficient carbon, this is your ketoxime, and then here further this gives the electron pair, you get pH C OH N double bond N pH. Now this undergoes the resonance in this way. So this electron pair is shifted here, and this electron pair is shifted here. So you get pH C double bond O NH and pH. This is your N substituted, that is benzanilide, or it is your N substituted amide. So in this way the rearrangement reaction takes place, and this type of rearrangement, it is called as your Beckmann's rearrangement, the Beckmann's rearrangement. And so here in this way this reaction is thoroughly used for the preparation of the different types of compounds. And so here we will see that how this is also used in the preparation of caprolactam, So the preparation of caprolactam by using Beckmann's rearrangement. And so here from cyclic ketone, which on treatment with the base produces nylon, cyclic ketone which on treatment with base gives nylon. So here it's a simple reaction, that is the cyclohexanone. How the caprolactam is prepared: cyclohexanone on reaction with hydroxylamine gives you the oxime is obtained, which on reaction with an acid undergoes Beckmann's rearrangement and gives you the formation of caprolactam. So this is your caprolactam, means it is a 7-member ring. So this is the caprolactam which is obtained as from the Beckmann's rearrangement, and with this caprolactam on treatment with the base, means this cyclic chain breaks and you get the formation of the nylon product. So this is the industrial preparation method of the nylon, where n number of such type of molecules will link with each other and give the final product, that is the nylon. Means it's a polymer type of reaction, polymerization. And so here, how the Beckmann's rearrangement is taking place, that we want to see the mechanism. Here the oxime, sorry, this oxime, ketoxime, which is obtained, this on reaction with acid will give you the double bond NOH2 plus. And so here the migration of this alkyl group to this nitrogen takes place, and this OH2 is given out. You get the formation, that is a 7-member ring has been obtained here. Here it is N double bond C, and sorry, this carbon is electron deficient. Electron deficient carbon, electron deficient nitrogen is being converted to electron deficient carbon, and this electron deficient carbon on reaction with water molecule gives you the, here we will just see that this N, here you will get COH, and here this double bond. So this gives the electron pair, and you get the formation of NHC double bond O, and this is your caprolactam. And here we finish up with this Beckmann's rearrangement, and this reaction, that is the Beckmann's rearrangement, is the rearrangement to the electron deficient nitrogen. So we have seen that the electron deficient nitrogen is formed here, and here the migration of the alkyl group is taking place. By breaking this bond, this 6-member ring is converted into a 7-member ring, and then it undergoes the reaction with water and gets converted to a amide, that is the N-substituted amide. So thank you very much. We will continue in the next lecture with a different type of rearrangement.